Start by clicking on Report to Task. This launches the reporting wizard. Answer the question which asks if the task occurred as scheduled. If you answer no, you have the opportunity to move the task to another month. Choosing to do so opens a date field where you click the appropriate date from the calendar. If you do not reschedule, you will enter text explaining why the event was not rescheduled. At this point, the report would be complete and you would certify to submit the report. However, for most reports, the event will have occurred as scheduled, so we will change our answer to yes. There are 4 types of educational method reports: group 1-to-1, newsletter, mass media, and social media. We will focus on group 1-to-1. When we select the group 1-to-1 option, the report info section is displayed. There is an option at the top of the section for using full form mode to continue the report rather than the wizard. For our purposes, we will use the wizard. You will also see the task title and date default as report title and report date. You have the option to change or edit the title and date. Once you're satisfied, select Next. The next section is the session data. Begin by clicking the Enter Session Data button. The title defaults from the report title, but can be edited to be more specific about the unique session. The session date may also be edited, for example, when entering session data for multiple days. While the zip code, session location, and audience are not required fields, they are a great help when interpreting your data, so it is best to be specific. Use the tooltips to aid in filling in the fields. If the session was done via distance technology, such as a webinar or online e-learning, be sure to mark this option. Also mark if the session was a results demonstration. If you are unsure of what constitutes a results demonstration, use the tooltip for a better understanding. Next, enter the number of sessions. This can be aggregated into one set of demographic information or individually in additional sets of session data. Enter the total duration in hours. And again, the tooltip is helpful in clarifying this. The system displays the calculations which will be made. Enter the total number of contacts for all sessions entered in this demographic information set. Once the total contact number has been entered, the fields within the ethnicity, age, and gender portions are turned red. Fill in the fields appropriately until the total contact number has been reached for each area. Use the tooltips for additional clarification on what qualifies in this area. The system will turn the fields back to black to indicate the numbers add up to the total contact number. Confirm your calculations are correct using the formula in the middle of the dialog before continuing. Next, you will make selections on whether this was a group or one-to-one event, who led the event, and if you will tag any AgriLife personnel who assisted with the event. When tagging those who assisted, they are presented with the important opportunity to enter a participation report outlining their specific involvement in the event, without duplicating any session data information. In addition, by answering the question of how much of the event did you personally lead, you also have the opportunity to outline your specific involvement during the event. By choosing the option, I personally led all teaching efforts, you are presented with a narrative where you can explain in detail what was covered. By selecting the option Other personnel delivered portions of this event, you are presented with options to detail the entire event, what part you did, when, if different from the session data date, and how many presentations you gave, the total duration of your piece, and how many attended your piece. as well as a narrative outlining your piece of the event. By the way, the narrative portion can be as long or short as you want to make it. When you are done, choose to submit session data, and the system will ask if you would like to upload files for the session. Examples would be rosters, minutes, and agendas. This will accept all the major file types and is an optional action. When you are returned to the report wizard, you will see each session you have entered along with the View, Edit, Manage Uploads, and Delete actions. Click the Enter Session Data button to add additional sessions. You will also see your portion of the presentation data listed, which was created by entering your participation information within the session data. You may only view the information from here. To edit the presentation data further, you must go to your participation reports within the tagged reports area to edit. Once you have completed all session data entry, click Next to move to the Volunteers and Collaborators. You will notice that on the left side of the screen, the navigation buttons are active for each section we have gone through. The Volunteers and Collaborators section through the Event Evaluation section are already answered with a default of No. This means you can navigate using the buttons on the left if No is a correct answer for that section. For our purposes, we will go through each section of the wizard. Answering yes to were volunteers or collaborators utilized opens the next three fields. How many volunteers were used, how many total hours did they contribute, and who were your collaborators or partners. Answer all that apply. Moving to the marketing section, it is again answered no. By answering yes, you must first choose a primary marketing type, then outline the full details of your campaign, including any additional marketing outlets you may have used. Within the Educational Resource area, clicking Yes will allow you to enter educational resources by clicking that button. From here, choose what type of resource was distributed from the list, give a description of the resource, and enter the number distributed. Then submit. You can view, edit, or delete your resource. Click the Enter Educational Resources again to add additional items. Select Next when done. The External Resources section allows you to enter the type of resources you obtained, from whom, and what the estimated value is. Click Enter Educational Resources again for each resource you secured. Answering yes to the question, was the event evaluated, allows you to choose the evaluation type and method. Then, depending upon the method chosen, also allows for selection of the evaluation strategy. In addition to these selections, you will also detail in a narrative how you evaluated the event and what the significant results of your event were. Moving through the wizard takes you to Report Notes next. This is a required field. The report notes are to capture any additional details about the event not already covered, which may be important to you. Once you've entered your report notes, mark the checkbox for I certify this report is ready to be submitted, and the Submit Report button appears. Clicking this button will move the report to the Submitted Reports tab and complete this report.